Hello guys, welcome to Mobile It. So today I'll be talking about a very interesting topic which you are asking often, is that when will this lockdown end? When will this lockdown end? So hello guys, so I'm back today with a new video on topic that focuses on when will this lockdown end. So after PM's address to the nation on 11th of May 2020 at 8 p.m., he specifically mentioned about the fourth installment of the lockdown that must be followed for a better result. But is that all? So after May, there will be no more lockdown, right? Today I'll be answering these questions with facts and logic, obviously. These logics and all are derived from mathematical models which I have studied for like last 4 days, and then I am going to answer all this in my video. This video I am recording on exactly 12th of May 2020 after the PM Modi speech. So let's start. And also I will be going to give you a 4-step lockdown opening plan that might be helpful or might be fruitful for some. Or you can think about that whatever I'm telling, if it works out or not. You can freely comment if there is some kind of discrepancy that is coming from my way. Okay. So before that, please subscribe to my channel so that whenever I upload a new video, you are the first to watch. And let's get in the video without any much delay. So what this lockdown was intended for? First of all, let's answer that first. What this lockdown was intended for? So it was mainly intended for keeping the hospitals and other medical treatment grounds free of chaosness and for their efficient running. This is because the population to hospital beds ratio, that is this, obviously the hospital beds, they are much less than the population. And in India, population is huge factor. So if we actually don't go for this lockdown, there will be a huge crowd who are not going to get any kind of medical treatment and they will die just in sheer ignorance. So we don't want that. That's the reason why we have got this lockdown first of all. Now, next question is that why cases are rising or spiking up. For example, in May we have got the highest cases in a day is around 4,200 cases in a day. So now 3 factors actually help in the rise in the cases or spiking of the cases, and those factors are number 1, that is very much common because we are having more and more testing right now. So there is more and more testing that is going on in India, and in all states, more or less all states, they are going through this testing phase, and hence we are having that much rise in cases. Number 1. Number 2, there is callousness of much people. Okay, so many people, they are very much callous in their nature, and that can be curbed down because they are not listening to anyone, even the police. Number 3, the callousness, by the way, you can see that I am recording this video, okay, in my room, and you can see many people going through the roads. So yeah, that's callousness. Number 3, the infectivity due to the accidental human to human contact, like those happening in the hospital. The reason why the doctors and nurses are getting affected, that means in number 3, I don't intend to take point number 2 as a point, but simply it's happening. But point number 3 that I am talking about is that there is human to human transmission, that we know, and this human to human transmission is very much bad. Why? Because the doctors, while they are treating, they are also getting affected, and along with doctors, even the nurses, even because of some infections, there has been closing of the ICU units in hospitals. They are closed because of heavy infections, and people cannot operate in that kind of environment, right? So this all will contribute to the peak infection level that we are going to see right now, and this actually satisfies the mathematical models which I just gone through for the last 2 or 3 days. And the models name are, I will say the model's name. The first one is known as the SIQS mathematical model. and the next is the SIR mathematical model. If you guys think that you need this mathematical models explanation, then I will be making a next video. But if you just tell me in the comment, then only I will do. So this mathematical model basically deals with the fact that there will be a highest peak level infection going on around May to June. Okay, so if this is the graph we are talking about, this was the initial infection rate that spiked up, and this spiking up we are observing over here. So this is a peak infection level. This was said to be around May or around June. Okay, so around May we are getting the spike infection, and this will gradually, or it will sometimes shoot a little bit up and then it will gradually fall down, because of the lowering of the infection rate will be because of the herd immunity developed, or vaccines developed, or any kind of other supportive treatments that has been developed. But as of now, there is spiking of infection, it will gradually come down. Also, you have to just think one thing, that around the world there is only 3% mortality rate. I'm not talking about any specific state or any country, but around the world it is basically rotating around 3% mortality rate. Even in some continents, in some places, it's less than that. So there is not that much of mortality going on. The infection is very much high, we know that, but the mortality is not that much. And people tend to always take the negative side more. Okay, like if you are dying, if out of 100 people only 3 are dying, they will take, oh, 3 are dying, so I might be the one. Okay, this is also covered by one of the famous YouTuber in Bengal, the Shomu's Biology, and you can also watch his channel for that. But I am just dealing with the mathematical models and everything, and the reopening session steps. So my video content is not like that, but yeah, I watched his video. So next thing I'll be talking about is next question. Actually, I've written all the questions down so that I don't forget to answer any question. The next question that comes is about the removal of lockdown. Yeah, so that was the main question my video was intended for, that when will this lockdown end? So this is our main question. So let's get immersed into it. We are a third world country, progressive, yet we are not economically that much strong, and whatever strength we have comes from industries and other factories. Now our government can bear this lockdown for 6 more months, but that will unnecessarily deplete our government's resources, right? So we have to open up. Now carefully listen. Okay, don't judge me first listen carefully. We have our countries divided into zones, right? So we have got different zones. Like we have got the red zone, the red zone being the most dangerous zone, where there is a much number of infections going on, or there are different infections and there is a large population density around that infection area. So it's red zone. Now we have the orange zone, the orange being somewhat monitored, carefully monitored zone, and the green being the green zone, that is be the safest zone for now. So the factories and businesses which are around the green zone, they can be opened up, right? So what I suggest, based on my study and some mathematical models that I have studied for the last 4 days, is that we need a 4-step reopening sessions. This was not written in their papers, but I have just come up myself. So I may be wrong somewhere, or the entire thing may be, but you have to be a good citizen. You have to make me understand that this thing you are telling wrong. Okay, so I need your comment if I am going somewhere wrong. So the step 1, or the S1 of this will be to open 50% of the industries, not the all, 50% of industries with 50% strength. Now this 50% strength means worker strength. Okay, 50% worker strength and 50% of the industries must be opened gradually, and that must start because the economy is dependent mostly on the industries. And also after opening, they also have to maintain the social distancing and all the norms that are described by the WHO website and the CDC. Sanitize the orange zones. In this step 1 only, sanitize the orange zones, and also use RAPD test in those zones for all people in that zones. All people must get tested, or people who are closer to the red zones. For example, we may have this kind of scenario where, suppose this is our red zone and this is our orange zone, and they are situated very much close to each other. So there may be some people going from this zone to this zone, and some people going from this zone to this zone. So that must be essentially monitored using some kind of traffic surveillance T. Okay, and that maintenance is very much required, because if that maintenance is not there, there may be spread of infection between these zones. The orange zone can gradually turn into a red zone. That is what I am saying. And this movement of people can be stopped, but the movement people are doing right now, some are doing casually, like without any reason, but some are doing for some dire needs. But we have to maintain that what population moves from the red zone, because then that vulnerable population must be checked also, because those populations that are moving from red to orange and orange to red, they must be checked. Okay, and they must be monitored carefully. That is what I am trying to say. Step 2, the next step of this infection is that once the tests have been emerging from the orange zones or coming in the orange zones, we should seclude the ones having the asymptomatic infection and make quarantine zone around that area, and open the other areas mainly for normal functioning, but has to maintain social distancing norms. So what I'm trying to say is that suppose one person is asymptomatic in the orange zone, for example. After testing and getting that person is asymptomatic by test reports and everything, medical reports, then that person must be secluded, and that area around that person, like 2-3 houses or like that, where the person was usually moving around, must be quarantined, and also the people with whom this person has interacted with must be checked with tests actually. Also open 50% transport and communication means that allow business and banks, okay, to open up for both in the green zones and in the orange zones under terms of maintaining social distancing and masks. Also open ration shops in the orange zone and the green zone, and also in the red zone, but for all of them you have to maintain social distancing norms. And also ration owners, if they are being mischievous, like we are getting reports from different news channels and everything, so if they are getting mischievous, then you should take into that, you should actually monitor them for that, so that they are not getting much more mischievous in this current pandemic scenario. The next will be the step 3. So in step 3 of my plan is that start heavy testing in the red zones along with heavy sanitization measures. Both RT-PCR and RAPD tests, both, like we have to do both RT-PCR method testings and also the RAPD method tests, rapid tests actually. Why? Because in case of RT-PCR, there is only a 60% chance of getting a good result. Actually a normal result. Normal means a proper result I am talking about. But the other 40% you might have a false positive or a false negative result. So that must be mentored using RAPD methods. Okay. Now people who are RT-PCR negative must go through 2 consecutive screenings by RAPD. This reduces the possibility of missing any person who might be asymptomatic or the false negative or positive results in the PCR. Now isolate those who are double checked positive patients and take them into quarantine centers. Once the zone is cleared, induce heavy sanitary measures like cleaning with sodium hypochlorite and detergent on bleach obviously, or with disinfectants, which you can opt. Clean the roads with lots of the solution and do not leave any gaps, and continue these cleaning measures for at least suppose 4 to 5 days, or even sometimes 7 days or a week particularly. You can do this. You can complete this sanitation so that you have to ensure that there is no more presence of any kind of viral particles lying around. The next thing is step 4. This will be the last step now. Sorry, step 4. Sorry. Step 4. In the step 4, what we have to do is that those who are positive, they can be monitored in specific hospitals, and these hospitals their nearby zones must maintain high degrees of sanitation. All the entry and the exit points must have factory gate sanitizers along with boot sanitizers. to sanitize one on the way of entering and also the leaving the hospitals. For example, suppose this is our hospital. This is a hospital. So this hospital has got two ways. One is the entry one and the other the exit path. So after this entry part, there should be a machine, a cleaning machine, a sanitization machine, which we often find in different factories and also in the biosafety level 4 labs. That once you enter through this lab or the entry point, there is this machine, sanitization machine, which basically cleans you up using different kind of chemicals and different kind of other physical means, so that once you enter, you are free from germs you are taking in from outside. And also while you are leaving, there must be a similar machine over here which cleans you from the hospital acquired germs, and also it will also prevent later nosocomial infections of doctors, and also this will actually be helpful in different cases. Okay, and isolate those who are double check positive. So this is the first thing in the hospitals. Okay, and make them stay in a different ward apart from the general ward if it is possible, or convert the whole general ward into a isolation or quarantine ward. Now, weekly assessment of the medical staffs and doctors must be made. Their families should be kept under keen observation by weekly testing, same for the ones who are researching with SARS-CoV-2. So the weekly assessment must be done for the hospitals, patients, or the staffs who are working in the hospital and the doctors who are working in the hospitals. So if these are done, we can open full-fledgedly by 20th of August 2020. Okay, so just calculated it. If these things are done, we will be basically opening up everything by 20th of August 2020. It will not take a full year, but this opening is actually full of clauses. The clause being, you have to maintain social distancing, you have to maintain your personal hygiene and sanitation, and also this COVID-19 is like a normal flu. It will be with you for many years to come, but you have to deal with it. And also you will develop herd immunity, and also vaccines are being fastened up, fast track vaccines are getting into there. So basically there will be some drugs which will help us thrive this thing, but I hope this will be fruitful. By 20th of August 2020 we will be opening up everything. So, and also while doing this opening, there must be some different kind of drugs. If the normal drugs which are being in the trial, like the remdesivir and everything, is not coming into the action, then you might have different kind of other drugs like the quercetin along with zinc supplements. It can be useful, and medical practitioners which are dealing with this, they can also use, or they can also help for maintaining these kind of things in the hospital, and also prescribe them to the proper patients under their particular clauses and their particular interests. So these things are particularly important over there. These things are particularly important. So this quercetin along with the zinc supplements are very much important. So if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also it gives me motivation to make even more videos. But according to these all plans that I have told over here is based on mathematical models of SIQS and SIR. If these models are actually accurate and these models are actually predicted right, then we can open our business and everything by 20th of August 2020. Even the college and the schools will reopen around the August month. Okay. As of now, as of the infections and the spiking of infections and data present until now, this can be predicted. If this spiking continues or this spiking actually gradually slows down, this result August 2020 may change. It depends on what is happening in this current scenario. That is all from this video. So if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Moy Bio Left is out.